go get them again.
Welcome back to the Robezoid channel. I'm your host, Mark, and welcome to an unboxing first impression video on my channel. Today we're delving into the brand of PDM, Parfum de Marly, and this one right here in front of me is Greenley. Not a new release. And again, I've spoken about 3 PDMs in the past month on my channel. It's a record. I've hit my quota for the year. I'm starting to doing decants and stuff like that. So this kind of stuff's popular. So it's coming through the home. I'm not keeping any of it, but while I'm decanting, might as well do an unboxing video, which will inform others and kind of, upgrade my palette in a brand that I have zero to little interest to it. So, and again, I'm doing my best impersonation of an influencer. I have my prop here. Usually they have props. There you go, my green sunglasses from my son. I'm looking good. And how am I gonna sell this? Well, the top 5 is being an influencer. Let's see if I can hit 5. Longevity and projection, beast mode. You gotta put that in. So I didn't even unbox it, but I'm telling you. Sexy, that's a good word of saying it. It's sexy. Mass appealing. Mass appealing. Again, I haven't described it at all, but it's sexy, it's mass appealing, it's long lasting. Compliments galore. 4. So the 4 rules of being an influencer. Garbage. Okay, now let's put on the real glasses. It's so much better. I can see now. Bonjour. Here I am. Okay, so now that the garbage is away, and I usually intro a PDM fragrance review kind of like that. And again, I've done my hashing. I've beaten a dead horse. Demi Rawling is part of the family. Don't trust her with PDM fragrance reviews or Initio. Don't trust fragrance reviewers that get free bottles. There's a boatload of them. They just want to continue the trough of saying this is an amazing fragrance. You can go through the past. Like, how many fragrance reviewers that told you, when was this released? 2020, that told you that this was an amazing PDM fragrance. Go back, go look at the receipts, and let's see in 2024 how many people are speaking about this. How many top 10 PDM lists is this being number 1, number 2, No, it's probably towards the end. Probably. Be careful. So, Greenley, previously known as Sutton. Maybe some of you didn't know that. This one I don't have much history with the brand of PDM. Like, I know, I'm in the talks, right? I'm in the fragrance community. I've been here since day one. I know how things work. I know people, and just like fragrance reviewers, some of your favorites, I know things. And this one right here, man, I had no interest of sniffing it, but the history with this one, previously named Sutton, and Sutton is obviously, it's Bond number 9 territory. And the Bond number 9 lawyers went straight to the PDM factory, shut things down, and PDM had to rename it. Basically, that's what happened. Bond number 9 has a fragrance called Sutton. So anything based in New York, you're gonna have fun with Bond number 9 and their lawyers, personally. This was, and it's funny because they did brand some bottles, Sutton, and sent out to the influencers. And you'll see the ones that have Suttons, they had it before launch. They were part of the launch. So you saw influencers with bottle in hand, hyping this stuff up. And it must have been haywire at PDM when this lawsuit or this cease and desist happened, because I remember that's basically what I remember about this fragrance is the PDM fragrance house, the free bottles, the influencers shooting a video, removing the video off the internet, rehashing the video, just a big fumble with influencers that had to reshoot, or even some just basically just copy paste their old video and tried to get rid of the name in it and kind of do a new video with a new bottle. In true influencer form, I saw bottles that had Sutton on them being sold on Facebook groups, on eBay, and getting dubbed as a limited edition. I'm just shaking my head as they not only got 1 free bottle, they got 2 free bottles from PDM and decided to sell 1 for profit. Perhaps even this one, secondly, for profit. So this one actually not only was named Sutton, but it was also named Epsom, like Epsom salts. That only lasted like a few days, and then they moved to Greenley. So this fragrance actually had 3 names. I don't even think the Epsom bottles were made. I didn't I haven't seen any in the wild, but I've seen some Suttons. But I don't think I've ever seen a fragrance go through this kind of fumble of 3 names in such a short timeline. And it just kind of shows you back in, this was back in 2020, 2020 when this was released, how young of a brand, or, they didn't do their homework. They almost, they came into the US kind of thinking, peaches and cream and rainbows. No, 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 no. You got to be careful. I'm sure they learned their lesson with that one. So anyway, let's get into unboxing. There's my long intro of PDM, the history of Greenley. Again, I have not smelt this fragrance. Can't wait to see. Maybe this is the one that's going to change my mind on the brand. Let's see if it reminds me of something. That is the clear-cut thing about this brand. If you haven't already, and probably after that introduction, you probably won't, but I'd appreciate it if you'd hit that subscribe button. Much appreciated if you like this kind of content. Somebody that has... I have no qualms of calling out reviewers, brands. I am the black sheep of the fragrance community now, so I don't care. I don't need your free bottles. Never did, never will. If a brand does send me something, perfect, but you know what you're getting out of me. And sometimes it ain't pretty. And hey, smash that like button. I appreciate that. That'll put my video in the midst of all these free bottles in the reviews, and maybe somebody will stumble upon my video and go, huh, that guy, yeah, he's kind of stating facts here. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. So this one is part of their Freshie collection. So I'm going to put the notes beside me here as per Fragrantica. Don't take the note breakdown from Fragrantica as gospel. That's why I put a little asterisk beside that note breakdown to make sure all of you know that Fragrantica sometimes ain't the real deal as far as note breakdowns, but it's close enough. So the nose behind this was Natalie Templar. Looked at the resume, like 3 fragrances or 4 fragrances to her name, at least from what I saw. So there's not much going on there. So not a branded nose, we'll say an all-star perfumier. No. So this one right here, an older, so I've been talking about the newer releases. Did the new releases come with this? I don't think so. It did not come with it. Like, this is like Creed marketing. Okay. And there it is. There's the green bottle. Now, and again, I have my ear to the fragrance community. If I recall, this is a green apple based fragrance, Freshie. So let's see what we get. There's the bottle. I'm sure you've all seen this. Okay. So we're going to put it on strip, and then I'm going to put it on my skin as my scent of the day. So let's delve into this one. Okay. Fresh, crisp, green apple. Yep. Not bad. Okay, there's some lighter citruses backing the apple. Oh, it's turning woody a little bit. Ooh, there's cedarwood in here backing it. The cedar is giving almost like a black pepper accord. Cedarwood does that at times. So there is some piquant to it. Okay, so that freshness went away pretty quick on the strip. Like, it was very thin. So first impression on paper right now is, it's all right. That's basically, I'm not gonna bash it just a bit. Oh God. Hold the horses. Pun intended. Oh, there is something very synthetic. I oversprayed. There is something very... Yeah, there's some... What's in this? What's in the note breakdown? Oh, okay. I get it. Okay. CASHMERAN. There's a wallop of CASHMERAN in this. Whew. Okay, so... From afar, the CASHMERAN is... Wow. Really, like, I actually preferred it on the strip now. So the green apple is, it's okay. A lot of people talk about this brand being quality and the fragrance. Actually, you know what? As far as their newer releases, Perseus, Altair, which are both over here that I've decanted, I prefer the quality of those. It's almost higher quality than some of the older releases that I've smelled. Again, I'm not a PDM fan, so I don't own a dozen like a lot of you folks do, but so it's, wow, that CASHMERAN is, ouch. And that's where I could probably see, it's clean, it's fruity, the green apple's okay, it's not bad. It's not anything, like it's Hugo Boss kind of green apple. There's nothing, you know, a green apple note, I've never really smelt one that I'm like, oh, like so authentic, so good. I haven't smelt one yet, including niche, like high price stuff, but it is fresh though. It's a Granny Smith apple. It's flankered by some citruses, so there is some brightness to it. There is some watery aspects to it. Violet could do that, and there is violet in here from what I see. But as part of the course, as PDM, you know, reminds me, and I don't know, I don't think this is a clone of anything. I can't really think about anything right now, but as part of the course, overpriced to me. And again, pricing, I don't hold your wallet. I don't hold your purse strings. I always say that in fragrance reviews. I don't tell you, I'm not a salesman. I'm not telling you, I'm telling you what I feel. And right now, the brand of PDM, and that's as a whole, I haven't found anything yet, and I'm still searching. I'm still fighting the good fight. A lot of reviewers would have gave up a long time ago, but but I'm fighting the good fight and trying to find something that I'm like, okay, yeah, like I can jive with this. There's Wajan, which I do own. I bought a bottle of that with my own money. Wajan does remind me of Narguilé from Hermes Essence, which is a superior set, hands down. It is, to my nose. Again, that's my opinion. But this one, overpriced, casual use-based scent, apple, fruity, cedar with a little bit of black pepper nuances on the strip, much less on my skin. So I'm not getting much piquant here. I'm getting the woods. I'm getting the CASHMERAN, which is a woody, musky kind of thing, and I'm really feeling that. It really cheapens this fragrance, personally. It smells like something that Ralph Lauren would do. It smells like something Lacoste would do, something that Hugo Boss would do, something like the DQNY, the Donna Karan fragrances, the Be Delicious, the apples, the fragrance, the bottles, those apple ones, those are a step down to this. Like I'm not gonna go that bad, but the quality, like this versus Perseus, at least Perseus, the grapefruit was nice. It was really nice. The back end, I've already, you know, the back end of it's not that great, but at least the grapefruit, you know, was really good. Here, the green apple is good, but it's designer-ish good. Like $50 bottles. Like Ralph Lauren, Hugo Boss, DQNY, Lacoste, these are third-tier fragrance brands, kind of, sort of. They're in that $50, $60, $70 range, and this is where I have an issue with this. And again, these are my thoughts. This is me being honest. This is just my opinion. I'm not trying to force you onto it. If you love PDM, if you clicked on this, that's fine. You may grow out of this phase. You may not. You may just love this brand, and that's perfectly fine. But it is synthetic, almost to a fault here. That CASHMERAN, almost like an Ambroxan kind of ambery woody thing, and it has a little bit of a sweet pine here. Yeah, like not a nice pine, like not a old school pine like Ralph Lauren Polo Green. Talking about Ralph Lauren, yeah, you've been spoken about twice now in this review. Not like that. Not beautiful. And again, those are like older fragrances, like for old heads. This is more sweet pine, like almost like a pine air freshener. Like I know this has been compared to like a shampoo. I don't know, maybe it's got like a cleanliness to it. It is very much synthetic. It has that fuzzy, woody cashmere thing going on. Very heavy on that. You know what? It's been, and again, I've been shooting a lot of videos lately this year. This is probably the first fragrance that I actually like more on the strip than I like on my skin. Like CASHMERAN just blew up on my skin. It just, after that second spray, I could engulf the room. I really liked the cedarwood, was more prominent in here with its peppery nuance, and it really worked well with the green apple. So the green apple in here is solid. I'm not gonna poo-poo it. It's just on par with everything else I've smelled the green apple. I'm trying to think of one that has, one that's like, if you like green apple and you like designer green apples, or you like this and you want something darker, I highly recommend Hugo Boss Bottled Oud, which has a green apple note, but it also has this westernized oud. Now, again, not the most authentic thing, but much cheaper than this. Obviously not made like this. It's darker, but I absolutely, that's probably the one green apple fragrance. I'm trying to think here. I'm going through the Rolodex, but that is the one that really stands out in my Rolodex right now. That is a green apple that is on par like this, but that westernized oud really brought it out, and it worked really well. And that's kind of what I got on the strip here, was that cedarwood. Instead of getting that westernized oud, I was getting a cedarwood with a little bit of pecan, a little bit of black pepper, which was nice. And the citruses balanced it well, but man, you almost had me here. Almost. Yeah, that CASHMERAN is relentless. Holy relentless. My gosh. I don't know, maybe it'll dissipate, but yeah, they have in the notes, they had Pitsy Grain here. I was kind of looking forward to that, Pitsy Grain. I think that's about it that I was kind of really looking forward to. There's violet in here, and that's probably the violet's kind of giving it its watery aspect. At the end of the day, an okay release. I would not spend PDM. I would not spend discounter money on this. This is, to me, on skin right now, it's in that Ralph Lauren, DKNY, Hugo Boss, Lacoste. This is like, if you blindfolded me, that's where I would go. I wouldn't go PDM with this. I would not. You would have fooled me. You would have said niche or designer. I would have said designer. If you would have said $50, 206 or whatever this is, $300, I would have went 50 bucks. And that's where I'm going with, like, saying it's designer-ish. I'm trying to portray it in simple terms to someone that's saying this is the quality of this fragrance. I'm not saying designer versus niche, and there's no real, it's a foggy road, designer versus niche here. I'm just saying this is what its competition is. I would not spend like $300 green apple. I can't even think of one personally. I can't think of a really good one. Might after the video, but the green apple does stick around on my skin, so that's good to know. But yeah. All right, so at the end of the day, I am decanting this. So if you are interested in this, and again, people say, hey, you're no better. You're talking about decanting and coupon codes and that. Yeah, but did you just watch like 10 minutes of this video? Like, I'm not really selling this product, am I? I'm not doing very well. And that, I don't mind that. I want to be honest, truthful, and if you do take, I'm assuming you're sub to me, that you're taking, my thoughts into your decision making, or maybe for entertainment, but whatever. There will be 10 ml decants at fragflex.com shortly. I'm decanting this once this video is done. All of it. I'm not keeping any of it. And you can use my code TFG10 and get 10% off on that website. It is a website that I like. Of course, we're Canadian. And, they have full bottles. They have these 10 ml decants available. So it's a place that you can get your 10 ml, your decants, and your full bottles if you wish to do so. And that 10% code is for everything. You don't have to check out Greenley, but definitely go check them out. And I'll be decanting this shortly. Now that you heard my take, I'd love to see yours in the comments below. PDMs, I don't know. I'm still looking, I don't mind. Like, I don't mind decanting these, and bring me some more PDMs to try out. And again, these are my thoughts. These are my opinions. And I just want to, it's not fact. And I'm not trying to persuade you in any shape, way, or form on your fragrance journey. You know, you may grow out of this. Maybe you love it now. You may, you know, be like, oh, no, I grew out of it. Maybe you won't. This is the end of the road for you. You absolutely love it. And that's absolutely fine with me. I'm just saying my thoughts throughout my journey, my experience, how I feel about the fragrance. That's all I'm doing right now. And yeah, that green apple's still kicking. I like that. I do like the green apple in this. Maybe after a while I may like this fragrance. We'll see. But yeah, now it's trying to, like right now I'm thinking like after I shut this off, I'm gonna be like, how many green apple fragrances and I own? Because I kind of like green apple in a fragrance. And the one that really sticks out is that Hugo Boss, which is excellent. An excellent fragrance. I highly recommend that one. Highly. Great price for that product, the Hugo Boss Boss Bottled Oud. Really good one from Hugo Boss. And as always, a great April fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your green apple fragrance wisely. And before I shut her down, while I'm at it, if you know any great, you know, maybe niche, even designer green apple based fragrances, shoot them at me. I'd like to see some comments below about them. I may blind buy some. I may try to sample a few. I'm starting to think I want some more green apple based fragrances. And it's just to finish this off, much brighter on the strip, much brighter. I lost that cedarwood, but it's still green appley and it has the citruses back in it. That bergamot is sparkling on that strip. Where did that go here? This is CASHMERAN with the green apple musky thing. Brah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good one.